at least it was there for me to use. All right, so that's the routes. So we configured a module, and in configuring the module, we set up our different URLs, our controllers, and views. Question in the back? Where does this code live? This code lives actually on a web server as downloaded code. So there's an index.html file. That index.html file will download all these JavaScripts. And so you can kind of compress and minify them and concatenate them together, which is what we'll do at the end of this. But yeah, it's essentially JavaScript code that lives on the client in the browser. So when does it get run? It gets run when you open the page up that has the boot up of Angular in it. So you'll have this is why they call them single page web applications, or SPAs. It's because that page will boot everything up. And so as part of booting it up, Angular boots up, and Angular reads the instructions, sets up the routes. Okay, it takes, tenths of a second, hundredths of a second to a second, depending on how complex it is, obviously, to boot it up, and then it's ready to work. All right. Here's a controller. It's an extremely small version of a controller. So we've got our module again. You'll notice that all of these components generally start with angular.module and the name of the module, dot, and then the feature, like controller, service, resource, that kind of thing. And so we're going to create a controller called register controller here. Register controller is the one we're referring to in one of the routes before. And then we declare a function. And that function is essentially what sets up the controller and sets up all the functions inside of it. Now, unlike Java, where you constantly have to create a class and extend the class and then create another subclass and extend the class to do all that kind of stuff, we're just adding functions to other objects. You have an object that's made of JavaScript that you add functions to, and you can pass